Alrighty, Elemental North Tarot by C.A. Mallard, sorry. Illustrated by Amanda Notman. So you got a slightly large box. It does have like the slight triangle cut instead of like more curved or that like one like semicircle type of, but you can do a bit of a grip and pull and kind of, and then you got the like ribbon to lift the notebook and then the cards as well. This is US Games Inc. Publishing. So slightly larger guidebook. So you got typical guidebook type of like the major and minor arcana description. Not a whole lot of they have a card spreads, but not a whole lot. Additional correlations. So and then spell work and manifestations. So runes, each card and illustration is composed around the element symbol associated with that particular tarot card. Graphic marks and symbols are also shown and include the following: runes, geometric shapes, symbols, numerology, and element. So major arcana, and so for the major you got like the image of the card, kind of like a description, and then when it gets into like the symbols, you got like the what the symbol looks like, so, and like what one or more was used. So like for the Fool, there's like multiple runes used. So runes, astrological connection, numerology, and element. So which element was used, and so on. So like for the Fool, 2 astrological symbols, but for the Magician, only 1. So each have a few runes attached to them and at least 1 astrological connection. And then when we get to the minor arcana, it does have a little description for them. It's just brought down to runes and the element with the little description at the start. And so the court cards are also combined with the rest of the suit. It's not separated, because there are there can be sometimes where the court card is separated from its suit, but in here they're not. So single card spread, 3 arrowhead, 4 element spread. So 4 spreads, and then additional correlations, which basically are the planets, the numerology associations, astrology, and runes. And for each section you get a little bit of an introduction of like meaning. For them. Oh, and like elements. So a little bit of association, to get an idea of like connection. Obviously you could deep dive further if you want. Spell work and manifestation. So separate tarot deck for, say, this deck is only for daily draw, this one's only for my altar. So that's the two examples that they gave here. Binding. So binding multiple tarot cards and binding tarot cards to a photo. So there's that. Candles. Choose a tarot card and place it under a fire-safe plate or piece of glass. Put an anointed candle on top of the card and plate and let it burn down completely. From this point, you can choose to carry the card with you or leave it at your altar. And wearing, so keeping your cards in your purse or pocket, but can also extend it to tattoos and jewelry that are tarot related. So like that's the guidebook, and likely for a lot of people likely spent way too much on the guidebook and showing you what's in there. So now to the deck. So just pull that out with the ribbon, and so like that's the back of it. So it is like rune work type of thing. There we go. And so, and it's in a pattern where if you are a person who does use reversals in your readings, you won't know if it's upright or reversed just by looking at the back of the card. But again, that's if you are a person that does upright and reversed positions. So it's like not really minimalistic, but sort of, because like all of like the action, all of the artwork and color is in or slightly around the element symbol. So that's the Fool. And then like you got like the water coming down here for strength. Got like the Hermit there. And so sometimes you got some very basic, and then others are you got a lot in there. Yeah, this is a better example of a lot in there. And then you got like the runes and stuff just like hanging off of the elemental symbol. So like the tower, and you got like like feathers hanging off. And Ace of Pentacles here. King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and then so it's working around the like elemental symbol and having again the image pretty like 90% within there. Two of Cups. So like if you don't want like a whole lot, like if you don't want like the image again to take up the whole card, and you want more of like the symbols kind of thing, this could be a deck, the deck that coffee cup, mug, alcoholic glasses. Oh, sea otters and the rainbow of shells. Okay, yeah, kind of got it. So, but yeah, a really neat deck. If you're wanting to have those like symbols and meanings within the card themselves. So, and so blending those like different symbols together. And so kind of being like on here and in the guidebook, sigils and talismans type of kind of feel to like the thing, to the lines coming off of the elemental elemental sign. But yeah, and like the coloring and is like awesome. Like to me is awesome. But yeah, Elemental North Tarot, happy readings.